I'm fine. Good to see you.
Questions or you have statements?
I can give a statement, of course. Well, I think that the most important subject today will be a discussion about Ukraine and the military buildup on the border. I think that we are convinced that Russia is actually preparing for the all-out war against Ukraine, and it's an unprecedented event, probably since the Second World War. And we have to be very precise and very ready for what's coming in our messaging as well. And that means that if it's an unprecedented attack on a country that chose Western direction, so to say, that means that the answer has to be unprecedented from the Western countries as well. And we have to hear what our allies from the United States are asking, and we have to really be strong in our answer to this.
President Putin wants to talk about a new European security architecture, and he made very concrete proposals.
Yeah.
Are you willing to talk about it? And if yes, what specifically about?
And follow up to this question, Russia demands to decline Bucharest's decision regarding Georgia and Ukraine, so it's very interesting.
Yeah, we had this conversation in Stockholm when I said that I'm quite convinced that this will be the request from Russia. So I'm not surprised that they are doing this. It's called strategic leveraging, that they are bringing and saying that there will be war unless. So we do not need to, we cannot give in to this blackmail of Europe. The strategic architecture or security architecture in the case of Ukraine and Georgia was chosen by its people. It was not imposed by the West, it was not imposed by NATO, it was not imposed by the US. It was chosen by its people, and we have to respect the wish of people that they will, for the direction that they chose for their countries. And we have to respect and honor it.
If it prevents a war, would you be willing to talk about it in order not to have a war?
I think that deterrence is the main way to stop the war.
What is the unprecedented answer you're talking about that you're
Well,
preparing?
currently we're talking about sanctions, and as President Biden mentioned it, that the sanctions have to be on an unprecedented scale, and I think that EU has instruments to match it.
Well, could you elaborate, please?
Well, I won't be so hasty to do that, but probably many of you know what's on the table.
What do you think about the fact that Biden is talking with several EU members? Doesn't this undermine European sovereignty?
Well, you know, the saying goes, especially in our region, nothing about us without us. And we stick to it, but our president received a call from President Biden, and they had a conversation, so I'm convinced that we're firmly at the table whenever something is being talked about us, and whenever something is being talked about NATO or NATO future, it has to be talked here in Brussels.
What's your stance on the Winter Olympics? What's your stance on that? Should there be a diplomatic boycott?
Well, I'm not going.
Yeah, but should there be a European approach?
Well, I'm always for European approach, but sometimes it's difficult to achieve it.
And what's your stance for Lithuania?
If there were something offered, well, let's not talk in hypotheticals. If it were, then we will discuss.
And if it's not going to happen, you're not...
I'm still not going.
One more question, please. Will Ukraine deliver the 10 anti-UAV jammers to Ukraine?
Excuse me, could you repeat that?
Ukraine has ordered 10 anti-UAV jammers
From?
Lithuania via the NATO procurement agency.
Yeah.
That's what the defense minister has told the Financial Times, and he also said that it has now been cleared, this delivery. Can you confirm that?
I don't have information about this. I would confirm it in writing.
Minister, the expectations from Eastern Partnership Summit, it will take place after 2 days. What do you think?
Well, I hope that we now have the opportunity to offer increased assistance to the countries who are being threatened by Russia, and talking here in EU building. I would say that EU has many instruments to be put on the table, economical, financial, and now is the time to do that.
Do you think that the project
I really
like
have to
Nord
go.
Stream should be stopped?
Well, it's a good idea.